Hi everyone. Just wanted to share some thoughts about my experience in watching Dunkirk. Gonna do my best to try to cover this in 5 minutes, and hopefully it's helpful for those of you who have not seen it yet. So, some quick bullet point thoughts. I chose to see this movie on the IMAX format mainly because this is the format that Christopher Nolan originally intended for it to be watched on. And I myself, I am a Chris Nolan fan, been a fan for a while, way before The Dark Knight. So I was definitely looking forward to this movie. However, it was not the experience I was hoping for. On one side, some of the things that I really liked that worked for the movie there were some very good moments of surprise and aha or cool moments that I will not spoil. There was also some very good realistic and gritty parts that I thought were really showed how real this war was. I thought the cinematography was very well, and I thought it was very well acted. However, what really hurt the film, in my opinion, was there was a lot of times, and I don't know, maybe this was because I was in an IMAX theater, there were many times where the dialogue was very incoherent. Mainly, there were a lot of competing sounds. There was the music, there was the surrounding of the blasts and gunshots and stuff like that. And maybe Mr. Nolan had that idea to cause us to feel like the characters felt at that time. It would have been difficult for them to hear things properly, but it drew more attention to the problem of the sound, in my opinion, than it did to the storytelling, which, in a nutshell, even if that was his intent, I think it actually worked against him. At times, also, the story in and of itself was incoherent. Some of the information, because of the sound, the lack of proper sound recording or ADR, it caused information that might have been important for the audience to help understand what was going on. You couldn't even understand it at some points. At least I couldn't. And I think that hurt the story. So yeah, I think those are some things that really bothered me about the whole movie. And to be very honest with you, I am a big Chris Nolan fan, but his last couple films, I would say, ever since The Dark Knight Rises, I've seen a decline in his sharpness and his storytelling. And I think if I were to compare or illustrate the issue, I would say it's similar to MMA's Fedor Emelianenko's issue. Fedor Emelianenko, if those of you who don't know, was one of the greatest MMA fighters of our time. And for a long time, he went undefeated. But eventually, he began to lose. And one of the two issues people often point to for why he began to lose, or he's not the same fighter he was before, is number one, he doesn't seem to adapt well with the change of the sport and the evolving of the sport of mixed martial arts. And secondly, his camp, or the people he runs with to train, it's very small, and he doesn't get any outside help, which he would need. So I feel Chris Nolan has the same issue going on. He's not evolving as a storyteller, at least in my opinion, as quickly as I would like to see, I guess you would say. And secondly, I don't think he's getting enough input from people outside of his normal camp that would challenge him to be sharper in his storytelling. But overall, having said all that, I would give this movie, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give it a 6, or a 7. But like I said before, I'm still a big Chris Nolan fan. I actually, when I was in film school, I wrote a paper on his storytelling. I'm still a big fan, but I do think this was not one of his better films. All right. Hope you enjoy the review. Stay on the lookout for more.